The promise of utopia and classlessness. Yes, we're over here talking about socialism. Nope. Dog culture, same thing. So, with dog culture, let's look at some facts. Historically, dog ownership was for rich people, upper class. Was not long ago that if you wanted a dog and you went to the Humane Society or your mom or dad or somebody, they would say, well, you got property, you got lots of time, you got lots of money. Do you have a barter deal lined up with the veterinarian? Because you're going to need that. People used to have barter deals with veterinarians. They would, they would have horses and other stuff like that. And then they could trade the veterinarian like some eggs or some milk because they had farm animals. But nowadays, being a veterinarian basically means being a dog doctor. But this was for people that had considerable disposable income, access to property, large houses so the dogs could run, and all sorts of other type of things. So, what about today though? Today, it's like everybody has a dog. You got a two-bedroom apartment, a one-bedroom apartment. Hey, we'll give you a couple blue-nosed pit bulls and a corgi. Oh, and can you adopt this boxer dog too? Definitely. And they're not going to ask you, um, do you have a bunch of money to pay for all this crap that's going to happen in your apartment? Literally crap. No, they're not going to ask for that. They're not going to ask you any of these questions that are related to how dog ownership used to be. Because society is lined up to pay for all this. You don't have property? Oh, you can just use the dog park. Oh, you can just go to the taxpayer funded park or school grounds. That's where people take their dogs. They take their dogs all over to taxpayer funded places. You don't have a place for your dog to take a dump? Go down to the local Chevron station or the local car wash. They got a patch of grass right there. So, this is what your basic dog culture promises. You're just going to have all this happiness. Dogs are good for everybody, they say. They say, if I won the lottery, you're not going to know, but there's going to be signs. And they post pictures like this, which is actually interesting because that tells us that dogs are an expense and a liability because you need to win the lottery to be able to handle this many dogs. But yeah, this is the utopia, the promise of dog culture. Everybody is going to have this. Oh, everybody loves dogs. Every child is born into a dog loving family. I mean, not every child, but most children right now are. So they're taking away the class. Oh, you need to be rich and have property? No, we'll take care of that for you. We got it all set up for you. The veterinary offices, they'll be bought out by conglomerate companies that have support from government and taxpayers. Oh, you can't afford a dog? We got government bills, spending bills. President Biden, the previous president, he signed in a bunch of those. Free money for people that are in the hole with vet bills. You're going to run your credit card in the hole hoarding dogs because you got a bunch of foster dogs? Well, just do a bankruptcy and then go get some more dogs. Dog culture itself is largely taxpayer funded. So many people that receive food stamps, stimulus checks, they have houses full of dogs. And so dog culture is just funded by everybody. So dog culture promises a utopia, but what does it deliver? Death, destruction, classlessness, lack of wealth. Like, take, for example, some of my playlists. These aren't my videos, these are other people's videos. For example, dogs cause hazards for cyclists. Oh, so you want to be fit and stronger than everybody else and have a nice bike? Nope. We're going to declass you. You're going to be dog owner status. We're going to let these dogs screw your life over. We're dealing with the dogs that we owned, so we're going to make you these darn cyclists. We're going to bring them down to the classlessness of dog ownership. What about the fact that dogs, this playlist right here, dogs target toddlers very often. So So you want to have a child and raise a child and get them to be smart and intelligent and have them be an amazing society member? Nope. No, no. Screw you, bud. We're gonna get these dogs to take your children away from you. Everybody's gonna live this crap life of dog ownership. This is classlessness. It's forced classlessness. How about dog owners glorifying the loss of sleep? This little playlist right here. Oh, so you want to have a good night's sleep and be a little bit better at school, be a little bit better at work, and raise yourself up to be a little bit wealthier? Nope. No, bud. Nope. Shut your mouth. Get yourself some dogs. Be like everybody else. You see, dog ownership promotes classlessness, both class as far as being classy and elevating yourself up to be richer, smarter, own more property. You know, we're not going to allow you to do that. How dare you offer something better to your fellow humans? How about kids need face surgery from dog attacks right here? What about that? Oh, you want to be beautiful and not have the stigma of a ripped up face with scar tissue hanging out everywhere so that you can do good in school, do good at your job, so you can make people smile. Nope. No, man. No. You don't get to be higher class. The same thing with dog sitters being mauled. You want to go make some money and learn new job skills? No. Go ahead and do some dog sitting and get yourself mauled. We don't allow people to elevate themselves in this dog culture. Everybody's the low class dog ownership. How about the women in our society and dogs? Don't women have a different class? Kind of like an elevated class? They're the caretakers. They're the ones with more nurturing. But we're not going to allow them to have the beautiful class of being women. No. Nope. Go get yourself a dog. Oh, and if you don't want a dog, oh, we don't give a crap. We're going to put dogs everywhere. Out here in these outdoor bistros, on the subway, everywhere. Look, a woman loses an arm from a dog. Eh? How dare you want to be an elevated woman in society and raise yourself above? Nope, we're going to kick your class down through this dog ownership. 86-year-old Florida woman, you loses a leg. On and on and on. Women having their lives ruined by dogs. How are they ever going to elevate themselves as a woman when everywhere they go, it's a freaking dog? It just makes life worse for them. What about this one right here? Police dogs versus innocent citizens and children. So, police officers often have trouble, making themselves look good. There's a lot of people out there that really hate police officers. But police officers are they're supposed to be a little bit better than other people. They're supposed to know the law. They're supposed to have kind of a moral compass, right? Well, you give these people police dogs. The dogs cost the cities hundreds and thousands of dollars attacking innocent people. Even though they don't report it as much as they should, people find out about this, and it makes these cops look like absolute freaking jackasses because they go out with these police dogs and they attack innocent people, blind people, black people, little kids, oftentimes toddlers. And so you want to be a better police officer. You really want to make your your profession look good. Nope. We're going to make sure that never happens to the level that it could, because we're going to give you a bunch of freaking police dogs that make you look like a jackass. Yep, just takes the class of police officers down. Dog culture is like this valve that makes sure nobody does any better, because everywhere they go, they got to deal with these dogs. How about all the talk about elevating black voices? Like, what are you guys doing with your black people? What are you doing? What? Oh, you're putting them next to dogs and screwing their freaking lives over? Oh, so how can these people lift themselves up when they're getting killed by dogs? A couple of these stories, sorry about the scrolling. I know that's got to be annoying. A couple of these stories are parents that are killed by dogs. So now you're running around, your dad's dead, your mom is mauled because of a dog, and now you got to be concerned about surgeries and paying for all these bills. And it's like I said, this is all taxpayer funded. Who comes running when these dogs pull this crap? EMS, police, emergency room. And these emergency rooms are oftentimes taxpayer funded because these dog owners that allow this to happen, they don't have insurance for this. And insurance for these dog attacks is not sold to you because if they did, well, then that would be admitting that these dogs caused this problem. So it's a taxpayer funded, classless utopia promise, but it's there's no utopia, but there is a bunch of classlessness because this just chips everybody down. Same story with literally every playlist I have. How about the FedEx workers, our federal workers? They're supposed to have a little bit higher class. We're supposed to protect them, right? I mean, if you rob a post office, I believe that that's a federal offense. Yet, a dog can just kill them. And it's like, whatever. We'll look into it. We'll see. Constantly, constantly having problems. So, you want to elevate yourself as a postal worker and be awesome? Well, we're going to knock you down a few notches and make you deal with all these dogs. Yeah. And who pays for all these? The funding that pays for a lot of this is just going to go off onto the taxpayer. Just like the single apartments, like in Florida, Ron DeSantis, I'll put the link in the description, lifted the pit bull ban to go in those low-income houses. All of the piss and shit and doors getting chewed up by those pit bulls, it's going to go off onto the taxpayer. And all of the emergency calls to those apartments and everything else, those are taxpayer sources. But what if you just want to escape all this bullshit dog culture? Go to someplace nice and not have to deal with all this crap. Maybe you can be high class for a couple days, right? Escape all this crap. Well, okay. Let's go on a Hawaiian vacation and get away from all this stupid American culture of pit bull owners and piss and shit everywhere. Oh, nope. Not even vacationers can get away from this. Hawaii, which is supposed to be this beautiful, lovely place of human togetherness and everything else, nah, they're going through the same bullshit. Even celebrities are getting screwed up by their dogs. Of course, they have plastic surgeons on hand. Like the UFC fight owner. His daughter had the ear ripped off by the dog. So yeah, this shit is everywhere, and it takes everybody down to the class of a dog owner. So it's delivering classlessness. First off, you have no class as a dog owner. Secondly, it makes it harder and harder and harder for you to excel as a person. People are broke with vet bills. Dog hoarders have several maxed out credit cards. People have more and more trouble paying for pet insurance, vet bills, everything else. So, yeah, how are we going to have a society full of awesome people? And since we're comparing dog culture to socialism, people right now that support socialism in America, one of their problems is, why do we have so many millionaires and billionaires or things like that? But all these people don't have money. They don't have money like a millionaire. Well, think about it. You got a huge portion of your society upside down in debt because they own dogs. But nobody talks about that. They'll do all these studies and things about rich people, like, how dare these rich people have all this stuff and we don't? Well, the rich people are promoting you to own dogs, and then you're poor. Why don't you quit being brainwashed, get rid of your dogs, and maybe level up on your class? So that has been a look at the utopian promise of dog culture and what it actually delivers. So every time you see this on Facebook and everywhere else, this is propaganda. Every time one of your friends posts up a picture of a Rottweiler and they call it a pretty baby, they're just participating in this classlessness. See y'all later.